Hello everybody and welcome to Jessie's Nighttime Nail Salon. I decided to do my nails at 2 a.m. on this day, so I'll show you a super easy beginner nail art you can do without any complicated tools. This video is also made in partnership with Apres, so let's start. I'm starting with my nails already prepped, so I'm first applying sunscreen to my hands and fingers, and then I'm going to wipe the sunscreen off of the nails with alcohol. Next, I'm going to measure out the tips for each nail. I'm using the Apres GelX ombre tips. These are the natural almond short size, which are the perfect shape and size in my opinion. Like, I never need to do too much shaping with these. The best way to get ombre nails like this without an airbrush or any complicated tools are the ombre tips. So I'll use these for a few nails. And for the other nails, I'm using Apres classic clear tips, also in the natural almond short size. When picking your tips, you want to make sure it covers your entire nail without leaving any gaps or pressing into your skin. Like you see here, there's a little gap. You don't want that, so let's pick a new nail. Next, I'm using the pH bonder and primer. Just like with makeup, you have to prep your nails properly to ensure the nails last as long as possible, so don't skip these steps. I'm using the Apres Extend Gel next. I love the brush on Apres nail polishes. It's called Brush X and it's this flat rounded brush shape which like perfectly hugs the contours of your nails to get that precise application. Next, using a wireless nail light, I'm going to cure for 30 seconds. Next, I'm rubbing in the GelX Prep Tip Primer on the underside of the nail tip until it gets a little tacky. You can tell when it's ready when it looks a little matte. Layer some Extend Gel on top of that. Make sure not to apply too much. You don't want too much gel on there because it'll spill over onto your skin, but you also don't want too little because you'll get air bubbles. After I've applied enough Extend Gel, I'm going to apply the nail tip to my nail and then cure. Repeat this for all of the nails. Next, I'm going to file my nails and make sure there are no sharp edges. Remove any dust with some alcohol. I accidentally filed too much, so there's a gap here. This is a really easy fix. Just layer the Extend Gel over the gap and then apply an even layer of the Extend Gel over the entire nail. Cure and the gap will be smooth after. For colors today, we're going to be using the new light and shadow set from Apres. If you like jelly nails, you're going to love this because they all come in that sheer buildable consistency. The light and shadow set is split into 4 seasons and tells the love story of a couple throughout a year with the colors and polish names reflecting the story. I love how wide the shade range is. You get both the popular muted nudes and pinks and the brighter blues and greens, which are usually harder to find in this sheer jelly finish. Okay, if you love details, you're gonna love this collection already, but I'm obsessed with the packaging. You know, the whole collection is centered around this whole light and shadow theme. What I love about this is they made it so that if you hold it and look at it in a certain lighting or angle, the label will actually cast a shadow. As someone who's very detail oriented, I feel like you can tell they put so much time and thought into this collection. From the colors, to the names, to the story, to the packaging, everything just comes together so well to fit this concept. I'm going to be using some spring and summer colors today. For this first nail, I'll show you how to get the ombre nail look using the shade Catching Feelings from the Light and Shadow Spring set. Even though these are in a sheer formula, they still have the same viscosity, quality, and of course the same brush X as other Apres nail polishes. So here I'm applying most of the polish to the base of the nail and diffusing it upwards for the ombre effect. Cure for 30 seconds, and then apply the top coat before fully curing. And that's it. That's literally the easiest way to get an ombre nail. Next, I'll show you the easiest way to do the aura or blush nails without any airbrush tools. I'm starting with the same cool toned pink shade, Catching Feelings, cure, and then I'm using a sheer light pink shade on top of that. That's another thing I love about these sheer formulas. You can mix them to get a custom shade. So this polish I'm using is called For Once, and it's also from the Light and Shadow Spring set. Cure that and then apply a top coat, but don't cure the top coat. Take a darker pink shade, here I'm using Catching Feelings again, and apply a dot in the center of the nail. The top coat will spread the polish, making it bloom and create that blush aura effect. Easiest way to get blush nails without an airbrush or having to sacrifice one of your eyeshadows or blushes. I wanted mine to be more subtle, but you can also use a darker color for the aura blush effect if you want. Once it finishes blooming, cure the nail, and that's how you get the blush nails. Next, I'll show you how to do an ombre on the top and bottom of the nail. Apply the tip primer across the entire nail until it's tacky, and then I'm taking this nude nail polish that comes with the ombre set to fill in the bottom of the nail. Cure, and then I'm taking another color to apply to the tip. This is a bright pastel green from the Light and Shadow Summer set called Lawning for You. I'm going to diffuse it towards the center. Don't worry if you accidentally go too far, you can just stipple it with a wipe. Once you're happy with how the ombre looks, cure it. After that, you can apply a second layer of color if you want it to be more opaque, cure, and that's how you get this double ombre nail. For this next nail, I'll show you the easiest way to do a French manicure. Since I have the ombre tip on here, the tip of this nail is already white, so I just need to draw the pink part. I'll be using Catching Feelings again for this. Honestly, this was really easy because of the shape of the brush, so make sure you're using a round flat brush like this. This is optional of course, but I'm using the shimmery shade Our Holy Night from the Light and Shadow Summer set on the white part of the French manicure. Cure, and that's the easiest way to get the French manicure. And finally, I'll show you how to get this trending fairy core nail design I've been seeing all over Pinterest. First, I'm applying one coat of Our Holy Night. This is such a pretty pearly pink shimmer. Cure, and then apply a top coat, but don't cure the top coat. We're gonna leave it wet so we can dot our design on and let it bloom, so I'm using Lawning for You again to apply some dots across the nail. After it's bloomed, cure. And that's it. Here you can apply your top coat and then cure, or you can apply nail pearls and gems before your top coat. The final step is cuticle oil. This one is my current favorite. It smells so good. So you just shake it to activate it and then apply it to the cuticles. And these are the final nails. So cute and easy, right? Thank you so much for watching, and thanks again to Apres for sponsoring this video. If you want to get any of the products I used today, I'll link all of them in the description box down below as always. If this video is helpful, remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!